You guys can just raise your hands and I'll scroll through and pick people. Okay, that way we're not having to worry about hand raises normally. So, all right, here we go. And Ari, I'm going to spotlight your video.
Okay. Are we on?
We are good.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome, everyone. Let's do our hello ritual. How do you want to unmute everyone?
Okay.
Want to do our hello ritual? You guys ready to do our hello ritual?
Yes. Here we go. Let's do this.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How's everybody? Hello. Hello. Hi, guys. Good to see everyone. Awesome. Hello. Awesome. Okay, let's get started. Oops. Okay.
Okay. Oh, and I lost you. Here we go.
2000了。
Okay. Well, welcome everybody. It's good to see everybody's faces. I hope you guys had a good weekend. So today we are going to, and I also want to welcome everyone else who's dialing in from all around the world, even all around the United States. And so it's good to see everybody here. So if you're new here, what we do in the beginning is we actually announce the winners. So we reward kids for doing their homework and posting on social media. So we post on Facebook and Instagram. And actually, I'll be on live at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Instagram to answer extra questions because we have a lot to cover today. But today is day 1 where we're going to tell a story. And let me actually share my screen. We'll go over who the first winners are. So this is actually from Creativity Camp Block 3. Heidi, can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, great. So the first winner is Anya, and the second winner is Jocelyn. So great job. We actually drew, we actually drew sight words, draw pictures, and last week we also did advanced drawing. So good job here. Look at the giraffe is from behind. So nice seeing the box. Okay, so today is about drawing with, how to tell a story. And so if you guys don't know me, my name's Ari Chung. I'm a children's book author and illustrator. And these are the books that I've written and illustrated. So I've made about 10 picture books to date. My first picture books were the Ninja picture book series. I also made a book called Out, which is about a little toddler trying to get out of the crib. I made The Fix-It Man. I illustrated a couple of potty training books. I illustrated these middle grade novels called The Danger Gang. They're really fun. And my latest book is called Mixed, which talks about diversity and love through color theory. And it's probably my best book yet. I'm really proud of it. So the funnest thing about being an author and illustrator is that you get to share your stories and your ideas with kids. And so raise your hand here if you've seen my Ninja books. Awesome. And then these are my Ninja books, and kids, they dress up and they contact me. And Mix has gone on to be a pretty popular book amongst schools. And so schools will actually put on plays sometimes to act out the book. And so that's really, really been neat to see. And lastly, Mix actually won the FCBG Award, which is the best children's book award in the United Kingdom last year. And it's entirely it's entirely voted on by kids. So that was a really big honor. It was fun to go see all you guys in the UK. last year. So I thought we would start off today by reading Mixed together, and then we're going to talk about story structure, and we'll even have some time for Q&A. And then today at the end, I want to share with you a exercise. It's called the Post-it exercise. So everyone at home, if you don't have Post-its yet, I'm going to give you a minute to go get Post-its, okay? So go get Post-its because we're going to do this this at the end, okay? So I'm going to give you guys a minute to do that. Meanwhile, Heidi, if we can probably take one question because we're going to give some people some time to go get Post-its. So all the panelists, raise your hand if you have a question.
Hold them high so I can see that you're not just touching your face. Oh, Edison! Edison, you're ready? Hi, Edison.
Hi, Edison.
Who's your favorite character in Maxwell?
Oh, who's my favorite character for Maxwell?
Yeah.
So in the ninja books, I like Cassie a lot, and I also like I like drawing the dog. His name is Brutus. I always wanted a big dog. He's the dog is called a Mastiff, Mastiff. So those are really cool. But the little sister, I'm thinking of a story for her. Next. Okay. Okay, so does everyone have their Post-its? Give me a thumbs up if you guys all got your Post-its. Okay, cool. All right, let's read Mixed, and then we're going to talk about story structure, and we'll take some questions, and then we'll do the Post-it exercise. Okay, so this is Mixed, and I'm going to read you the story. So in the end pages, there's 3 colors, and you guys see this one grumpy color right there? It's like this. Mixed, a colorful story. In the beginning, there were 3 colors, reds, yellows, and blues. Reds were the loudest, la, 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 la. Yellows were the brightest, and blues were the coolest. Everyone lived in color harmony until one afternoon when a red said, "Reds are the best." The yellows disagreed. "No, we're the best because we're the brightest." And the blues were too cool to even respond. After that day, the colors decided to live in separate parts of the city. So the blues live in Bluetown, reds in Redville, and yellows live in Yellow Heights. But one day, a yellow noticed a blue, and something happened. "I feel so happy when I'm near you, and I feel so calm when I'm with you." Yellow and blue became inseparable. Life felt so vibrant, but not all the colors were happy about it. Colors shouldn't mix. I don't like that yellow's effect on blue. That blue isn't bright enough for yellow. But yellow and blue loved each other so much they decided to mix. Together they created a new color. They named her Green. Green was bright like yellow and calm like blue, but really she was a color all of her own. Oops. Everyone was fascinated. "I've never seen anything like her before. She's so cute." Even the grumpy colors fell in love with Green. "Can't I hold her?" The colors began to see new possibilities. Soon other colors mixed and mixed and mixed and mixed. There were so many new colors and a lot of new names. Don't forget your glasses, Lavender. Be careful, Jade. Have fun, Amber. The old neighborhoods of Redville, Bluetown, and Yellow Heights didn't make sense anymore. Everyone wanted to live together, so they rebuilt the city. The new city was full of color. It wasn't perfect, but it was home. And that's the end. Okay, so I've got a question for you guys. What do you guys think this book is about?
Shreya knows. Please. Hi, Shreya.
The book is about like trying to be like nice to people and not separating them apart.
Yeah, so it's about being together, right? Yeah. What is a word that you think that could describe being together? If there's one word that you could say, can you think of a word?
Joining.
Joining. That's a good one.
Uniting.
United. That's a good one. What word would you think of when you think about this picture right here? Or right here?
Right.
What word do you think about this one?
Mixing.
Mixing. That's a good one. How about right this one? I'm looking for one word in particular.
Inseparable.
Inseparable. Yeah. So when you feel like you're inseparable with someone, sometimes that could feel like love, right? Yeah. So this book really is about loving somebody who's different than you and making them like your own family. And that's when they create grief. Yeah, good job. Okay, so let's talk about how to make a story. So a story has three parts. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. And in every story, you have to set up the story with the beginning, and then we have a problem that happens, and then in the middle, we actually make that problem worse, and at the end, we solve it. So let's look at how we separate the beginning and the middle and the end with Nix. So in the beginning, when you're thinking about writing your story, these are some helpful questions. Who are your characters? Where do they live? So how are we establishing the background? And here's the big one: is what's the problem? So all stories have a problem that we're building around, and the problem in the story is what anchors the story, and is the theme or the idea that we're exploring. So let's look at how I established the beginning, right? So in the beginning here, how many colors are there? Let me know if you can see how many colors there are and how am I establishing the characters. I need one volunteer.
Let's go to Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
Hi, Lauren.
3 colors.
Yes, there's 3 colors. And how many colors are there on the next one?
3.
Yeah. And what is red doing? What is yellow and blue doing?
Red is shouting and yellow and blue are smiling.
All right, that's right. So you guys already read the story, so you know what's going to happen. But so what we're doing on the end papers and the title pages, we're actually hinting at the problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're starting, so that's how we're kind of establishing the characters a little bit. We're giving the reader a little bit of a hint. And so then on the first page, we say, in the beginning, there were 3 colors. And so we're establishing the 3 colors. And then what are we telling about reds in the beginning?
That they're loud.
Yeah, and what do we tell about yellows?
That they're bright.
Yep, and what about blues?
That they're cool.
Yeah, so we are establishing the characters in the beginning. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense, guys. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to end the beginning. We're going to start the problem. So can another volunteer help me read this line? What does it say in the text?
Let's go to Emma. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Hi, Emma.
What do you want me to read?
Oh, can you read what it says in the page?
Everyone lived in color harmony until
Keep reading.
one afternoon when a red said, "Reds are the best."
All right, so what's the problem?
The Reds are trying to tell everyone that they're the best.
Yeah, how does that make the yellows and blues feel?
Sad.
Yeah, so now that's the end of the beginning. So we started the beginning. Now in the middle, we're going to see what happens based on this problem. So here's what we do in the middle is we ask, what happens next? How does this problem get worse? And what changes are going to happen because of it? So stay with me. Can you read what happens next?
The yellows disagreed. No, we're the best because we're the brightest. The blues were too cool to even respond. The colors decided to live in separate parts of the city.
And there's Bluetown, Redville, and Yellow Heights. Are the colors happy or sad, or how do they feel about it?
Sad.
Yeah, they probably feel pretty sad because they probably miss some of their friends. So let's see what happens in the middle. So what changes happen? So this is that question that we said, what change would have to happen? So what happens here?
But one day a yellow noticed a blue, and something happened. I feel so happy when I'm near you, and I feel calm when I'm with you.
Do you have a friend that makes you feel calm or happy when you're near them?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
My best friend.
Oh, your best friend?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's so nice, you know, and with your best friend, how does life feel when you're playing together?
Feels happy.
Yeah. Can you read this next line right here?
Yellow and blue became inseparable. Life felt so vibrant.
Right. So does that describe how you feel when you're with your best friend sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what happens when the other colors, what do the other colors think about it?
They feel like they want, like, the blue wants their blue to come back.
Yeah. So some of these colors are, we can use the R word, but we're going to say colorist, right? They want colors to stick to themselves, right? So can you help me read the text?
But not all the colors were happy about it. Colors shouldn't mix. I don't feel like that yellow's effect on blue. That blue isn't bright enough for yellow.
Right. So now in the middle of the story, we have all this tension. You know, yellow and blue love each other. They have so much fun with it together, but their family and their friends don't approve. So now we have to resolve that problem, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good job. So this is the middle, right? We're making that one problem worse, all because that one red said, reds are the best, and everyone starts fighting. The yellow and blue loved each other so much, they don't care. So let's see how we're going to solve this problem in this story. So here's some questions for you in your story. So I'm showing you the structure to this story, so that way when we develop ideas, you can develop your own structure ideas. And I'm going to give everyone these slides, so you'll actually have the beginning, the middle, and the end. And your homework, just as a preview, is to write the beginning, middle, and end to your own story. So today's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so in the end, we have to go through like what choices are being made, how is the problem solved. So we have to solve the problem by the end of the story, and we want to feel happy at the end. So how do we make the readers feel happy at the end? Okay, so in the end, what choices are being made? So I need one more volunteer to help me read the text.
Let's see. Let's go to Smith. Hi, Smith.
So read this page over here.
Yes.
Okay. But yellow and blue loved each other so much, they decided to mix.
Keep going.
Together, they created a new color.
Oop, I think we might have lost.
Oh no.
Smith, are you still here?
It's okay.
Okay.
That happens to.
We'll come back to you, Smith. Okay.
Does somebody want to?
I need another volunteer to help me read the story. Read the end of the story.
Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Hi, Grace.
Bye. Together, they created a new color. They named her green.
Yay.
Green was light like yellow and calm like blue. But really, she was the color of pearl. Everyone was fascinated. I've never seen anything like her before. So cute. If the grumpy colors fell in love with me, can I hold them? The colors began to see new possibilities. Soon other colors mixed and mixed and mixed and mixed.
Nice reading. Keep going.
And there were so many new colors and a lot of new names. Don't forget your glasses, Lavender. Be careful, Jade. Have fun, Amber.
Awesome. So how did we solve the problem in the story?
Well, they had green, and the other colors fell in love with them, and they probably said, "Hey, why don't we make something like that?"
Exactly, and that's what happens in real life, doesn't it? Yeah. So when you see other friends have mixed families, and you see other friends have mixed friends, then you know sometimes some people who don't like that start to change their mind. And they start to open their ideas to new possibilities. Cool, so now we solved the problem, but we still have to do a few last things before we end the story. So remember, the city was separated. So let's look at the next page. What does the text say, and how do we feel over the next 2 pages? So can you help me read it?
The old neighborhoods of Redville, Bluetown, and Yellow Heights didn't make sense anymore. Everyone wanted to live together, so they rebuilt the city.
Keep going.
The new city was full of color. It wasn't perfect, but it was home.
And what happens at the end pages?
Everybody is together and they're all friends.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. So we ended the story at the end. Well, we solved the problem, and then we also rebuilt the city. So we had some things that we started in the beginning that we closed on, and we actually make this happy feeling because there's so many new colors and everyone's together, right? Okay, awesome. So we did a lot of heavy lifting in terms of what a beginning, a middle, and end. So here's a couple of homework that I have that we're going to do. That I have for you guys. So I want you to pick your favorite book, and I want you to write down who are the characters in the beginning, where do they live, and what's the problem. And then for the middle, I want you to write down what happens next, how does the problem get worse, what changes happen, what choices are being made, and how is the problem solved, and how do we feel at the end. So let's look at an example. I'm going to walk you guys through this so that way you guys know exactly what to do for homework, and then we're going to do the post exercise. So here's a story that I like a lot. It's called Goodnight Gorilla. And in the beginning, Gorilla steals the keys, and the zookeeper doesn't know anything. He says, "Good night, Gorilla." So the zookeeper's walking, Gorilla comes out. So what's the problem? Well, he took the keys and he's getting out. And the zookeeper walks by the elephant and says, "Good night, elephant." And Gorilla thinks, "Oh, I'll let the elephant out." And then he walks by the lion, and Gorilla lets the lion out. And then he walks by the giraffe and the hyena, and he lets them out. And he walks by the armadillo, and he says, "Good night, armadillo," and he lets the armadillo out. And they're all following the zookeeper without the zookeeper even noticing. Then they walk inside into the bedroom. So if you go back and notice, the problem is that he's letting all the animals out. And how does it get worse? So we're in the middle now. It gets worse because there's so many animals. And they follow him into the house. And they even follow him into bed, where the wife says, "Good night, dear." And that's when everyone says, "Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night." And Mama goes, "What's going on?" And then the gorilla smiling. So now we're at the end. So how do we solve the problem? Well, Mom takes all of the animals back. Except for gorilla is really sneaky. And there's a little mice too down there. And then she says, "Good night, dear." She doesn't know. And there's a little mice and the banana. And Gorilla goes to sleep. And the little mice says, "Good night, Gorilla." So we solve the problem, except for we don't completely solve it. So it's kind of funny. It's a funny end. Okay, so does that make sense, guys? So I want you guys to get 3 Post-it notes, or 3 color Post-it notes. And I want you to go through and say, what is the beginning of the story? With who are the characters? Where do they live? What's the problem? The middle story, what happens next? How does the problem get worse? What changes happen? At the end, I want you to write down what choices are being made, how is the problem solved, and how do we feel? Okay, give me a thumbs up if that makes sense, guys. So you can do that for your favorite story tonight, okay? Okay, awesome, guys. Okay, so you have 5 more minutes to do the Post-it exercise. So the Post-it exercise is the exercise I came up with when I was stuck and I didn't have an idea for a story. And this exercise, for everyone at home, you're just going to need a stack of Post-its. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write up as many ideas. So we're going to write as many ideas for characters. So you can say, you know, Goldie the fish, or you can say, you know, Cloud the big cloud, or Stormy the cloud, or whatever it is, okay? And then we're going to do this for 1 minute for places. We're not going to do 2, we're going to do 1. And we're going to do it for problems, okay? So let's start now. Timer, 2 minutes. So I want you to write down as many ideas as you can for characters in the next 2 minutes. Okay, 10 seconds, guys. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you guys 1 minute to come up with as many places as possible. So you can say zoo, you can say the bedroom, you can say inside a tree, you can say anything you want, okay? Timer, 1 minute.
Okay, your timer is set for 1 minute.
Okay. All right, the last step is to brainstorm for 2 minutes. And actually, we are almost out of time. So I'm going to do this for just 1 minute, and then we're going to end this. So I'm going to let you guys brainstorm for 1 minute. Timer, 1 minute.
Your timer is set for 1 minute.
So brainstorm as many problems as you can in 1 minute. Some problems might be, I'm hungry, or maybe I got lost, or I'm lonely, or maybe I don't fit in. Any problems you can think of. Or maybe no one wants to play with me. Or maybe I played too much. Okay. So now what I want you to do is you want to take the characters, place, and problem, and you want to find 3 ideas, or you want to find 3 post-its that fit together. So you might have, say for example, you might have Bob the goldfish, who is hungry, but he's stuck inside the goldfish in the closet. So now you have a character who is in a place and has a problem, and you're going to develop that idea into a story. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. All right, awesome. Okay, so here's your homework for tomorrow. So as I want you to do your master study and post it on Facebook and Instagram, and I also want you to develop a story idea and also post that on Facebook or Instagram. And we're going to email out where to post it on Instagram. Actually, we're going to do a live Q&A at 3:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And one lucky winner will win a free copy of Mix. And if you guys are at home and you're sharing, you could win the previous Creativity Camp Block 1 and 2. And on Wednesday, we're going to announce who wins the Apple iPad. And this week, we're actually going to give away 2 Apple iPads, one on Wednesday and one on Friday. Okay? All right, so we're a little bit over. So Heidi, we've got to end this session. And for everyone who wants to come, again, we're going to actually teach the advanced session. So it's going to be similar to this, but it's going to be even a little bit more detailed and a little bit harder. Okay, so we'll see you guys there. All right.
Should we say goodbye?
Yes, let's do our goodbye ritual.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.
Goodbye. We'll see you guys. We'll see you in the next session. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget your homework. Goodbye. Bye. We'll see you guys there. Bye.
Bye.
Woohoo.